After passing that threshold, I feel so safe all of a sudden. I think it has something to do with the coffin, the vessel. Ironic that something like that can bring a sense of calmness. Strange. Can't imagine the doctor getting much use from this, even back when he was a human. Lovely vanity, though. There's plenty of room for my outfits. And look, there's already one in here. Must be the one the doctor mentioned. I wonder why he has it in the first place. I should check out the general store for more room decor options. I want to look around more before I go to sleep. That's a nice place to store my keepsakes. Don't you go anywhere, Matilda. Huh. The window goes out directly to the main street. Could come in handy now that I can actually fly. I can't go out there like this. It's been a long night. Time for a little rest.
Lisa. Hey, Lisa.
Who is this?
Come over to the window.
Oh, it's only you. You scared me half to death. What do you need?
I have some business from the Countess to discuss with you. Would you kindly invite me in?
The window is already open. Why the formalities?
Have you not read about this in your vampire stories? We can't come into someone else's chambers unless we are invited.
That makes sense. You don't want guests like us to drop by unannounced.
It's a real pain in the ass, if you ask me. Hunting would have been so much easier without technicalities like this. So, will you let me in or not?
Oh, that's right. Come in, please.
Nice place you got yourself over here. The good doctor must want to keep you comfortable.
The doctor has been very kind.
See, cold calculation, bargaining, even extortion, that I understand. The intentions are clear. Kindness is where I get suspicious.
I, for one, believe in people's good nature. What's even the point to live otherwise?
Believe what you must, Lisa. But in my experience, people tend to disappoint much more often than not.
In any case, you're not here to discuss human character, are you?
That's very true. Let's cut to the chase. Countess would like you to run a quick errand for her, and if everything goes well, she will be very grateful.
What's the favor?
There's this young couple in town, Evgeny and Anastasia. More importantly, they are related to the new mayor, Savely Skortsov. I think Evgeny is his second nephew or whatnot. No matter. According to our sources, the mayor occasionally stores important documentation in their house. Do you see where I'm going with this?
You don't want me to rob their house, do you?
That's a rather tactless way to put it. Countess would simply like you to retrieve said documentation. Before you say anything, remember that she allowed your conversion to be completed and virtually saved you from death.
doesn't seem like the right thing to do. Do I have any say in all this?
I really want to say yes, but sadly, that's just not the position you are in just yet.
Sounds like there isn't much choice in this favor. I guess I have no other option.
Splendid. All you need to do is to befriend Anastasia or Evgeny and get invited into their house. Then you can enter any time and get what you need without them ever finding out.
And how do I know it's them?
He's a hotshot poet, and she is one of those sensitive artistic types. What else? Oh, they are both blondes. I always found that peculiar.
Where should I look for Evgeny?
Let's see. He is a mediocre poet who, surprise, surprise, enjoys an occasional shot of vodka. I would start your search at Arbin's Literary Salon.
What else can you tell me about Anastasia?
Not much, although I do often see her going in and out of the church.
You go to church?
Heavens, no! But the roof of it is my favorite spot in town. I'd like to smoke there on occasion.
What kind of documents am I looking for?
All I can say to you right now is that you'll know them when you'll see them.
That's not very helpful.
That will have to do.
I think I've got it from here.
Remember, just befriend one of them and get an invitation to their house. This will come in handy when you'll have to hunt, too. I'll check in a few days and see where you're at. Almost forgot. Here's a little something for incidentals.
Thank you.
Enjoy your new life. I'll see you around.
I should check out the general store for more room decor options. This must be where Faina lives. Good evening. I'm your new neighbor, Lisa. Thought I'd stop by and say a quick hello.
I know who you are, Lisa. Of course. Come, have some tea with me. I always brew too much. Eyes bigger than my stomach, I guess.
Yes, please. I could use a little break. Thank you. Oh, it smells heavenly.
It's juniper, my favorite. With a spoonful of honey, nothing beats it. Try some. Tell me what you think.
You weren't kidding. It reminds me of the times my mother would make tea for my brother and me when we were little.
Sounds lovely, dear.
It was. Although, I don't think it was about the tea itself, more about the little plate she poured it in for us instead of cups.
We can certainly arrange that if you'd like.
That's all right, thank you. Otherwise, I'm afraid I'll start missing them even more.
Poor dear. Did the work take you far from home?
Further than I expected, that's for sure. For some reason, I just feel like telling her everything. I should change the subject before I say something I shouldn't. Is that your cat over there? What's his name?
No, I could never tame that one. He's too much of a free spirit. Comes and goes as he pleases. Always a surprise.
How rude of him.
He's so handsome that I don't mind. Never gave him a name, though.
Are you from around here, Faina?
Oh, no, dear. I happened to wander quite a bit before I settled here, although I reckon I've stayed in this town longer than you've been alive.
And where have you lived before?
Many places, sweetheart. Oh, far too many places.
Anything I should know about life here?
Let's see. For one, the townsfolk tend to be up quite late around these parts. Sort of a local quirk. They say it goes way back. Not sure how it started, but most places tend to stay open well into the night. I was always a night owl myself, so that never bothered me. But darkness and danger go hand in hand.
Danger?
Lots of temptation, whether you seek it or not. It's like my mother used to say, little dove. Keep your heart open, but your mind sharp.
She sounds like a wise woman.
Oh, she was, dear. Much wiser than I'll ever be anyway.
Do you live here all by yourself?
I wouldn't say I'm all alone. My plants always keep me company. From time to time, that handsome gentleman in the armchair pays me a visit. And if ever I'm in trouble, I have some lovely neighbours to bother. I'm never alone. Not really.
I should be going. Might I stop by again sometime to check in on you?
That would be lovely. You're always welcome in this house.
Thank you for the tea again. It was delicious.
You're welcome, little dove. Come again soon.
And just like that, he's gone. I hope I'll get to see you again, my elusive buddy. Faina's plants are so well kept. She almost treats them like they are her equals. Faina's plants... These books are written in a foreign language. They look beautiful. Wish I could read some of them. It's a storage room for the building. That's also where packages are delivered for tenants to pick up. No mail for me this time. Dr. Volkov, may I have a word?
Come in. Welcome, Miss Morozova. Appreciate you coming over straight away. Punctuality is a highly important quality in a doctor. I trust you had a restful night? Or rather, day, I suppose.
I did, thank you. Never thought that sleeping in a coffin would be so comfortable.
Yes, well, we have a lot to cover, don't we? Where would you like to start?
I'd love to start with my medical duties, if you don't mind. You mentioned you might have some tasks for me?
I most certainly do. As of last month, the only other doctor in the area passed away, God rest his soul. Not that he was that much help. Human medicine has always been a step behind. But, I admit, with most of my time spent on new research, the work did start to pile up. There is some administrative and patient work I'd like you to take care of. Is this something you think you can handle?
Certainly. What should I start with?
Do you remember the woman who was here when you arrived?
Faina? Of course. I actually already stopped by her place.
Ha! Went to see the neighbors before talking with me. Quite unorthodox. Anyway, as your first assignment, I'd like you to pay her a home visit and look over the bite spot on her neck. I've observed some curious rashes around tick bites in my time. I don't exactly know if there's a correlation, but best to make sure she's doing well. She lives in our building, so shouldn't be much trouble anyway.
Will do.
Splendid. As for the rest of the tasks, you'll find them all in the journal on my desk. Feel free to borrow my medical bag and use the lab as needed. I myself am particularly proud of my lab's blood testing instrument. I dare say they are far ahead of any mortal medical equipment. To more material matters, your allowance will be distributed gradually as you progress.
Understood. I'll get to it then.
Looking forward to tracking your progress. A doctor's work is never done.
Too bad I can't see my reflection in mirrors anymore. I wonder if I will one day forget my face. I should check out the general store for more room decor options.
Nice evening, isn't it?
May I ask how you were turned?
As your sire, I do owe you my story, but I have to warn you, it's a rather gruesome one. Are you sure you'd like to hear it?
After my time in the Countess's basement, I don't think much could shock me.
Well, if you must know. It was a feral that attacked me and my wife at the time, Clara. It struck our carriage one night as we were travelling through the woods coming from a party.
A feral?
A vampire that has been driven mad by their lust for blood.
I didn't realize such creatures existed outside of folklore.
They're a cautionary tale of what can happen to us if one overindulges for years on end. It all happened in the blink of an eye. As I recall, the vehicle turned over and we both tumbled to the dirt. He feasted on Clara first and bled her dry.
How horrible. I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's been some time now, so it doesn't hurt quite as much, but thank you, dear. In any case, his appetite must have somewhat subsided. Still, it wasn't enough for the beast, so he sunk his teeth into my neck. Suddenly, a blind rage overcame me, and I bit off part of his ear. Immortal being or not, I can tell you with certainty he didn't like it one bit.
I can imagine.
That must have snapped him out of his frenzy. He looked around as if just awoken, observed what he'd done and rapidly retreated. Somehow I managed to get home by morning, but the nightmare didn't end that night.
You must have swallowed some of his blood when you bit him, and...
Precisely. You must have read about the turning ritual in human folklore. Well done. All kinds of knowledge tends to come in handy from time to time, even silly fairy tales.
So, what happened after you returned?
We'll talk more about this some other time, perhaps. There's much work we must attend to now.
Of course.
Good evening, sweetheart.
I actually came to follow up on your appointment with Dr. Volkov. So, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel just fine, dear. Thank you for asking. The heat's been getting the best of me lately, though.
Didn't think it was that warm outside. But then again, maybe I just haven't spent enough time in my new body.
Anyway, I say there's no such thing as bad weather. To each their own.
It seems like there's nothing worrisome on your neck. Still, if you notice anything, make sure to let me or the doctor know.
Of course, dear.
It seems like you do have a mild fever.
Anything I should worry about?
This may be a great opportunity to use Dr. Volkov's experimental lab equipment. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about, but just in case, let's take a blood sample, shall we?
Whatever you say, Doctor.
Just relax. It will only hurt for a second. Perfect. Now, have some more tea and a nice rest. I'll take this to the laboratory.
Thank you for stopping by, dear.
I should be going. Might I stop by again sometime to check in on you?
That would be lovely. You're always welcome in this house.
Thank you for the tea again. It was delicious.
You're welcome, little dove. Come again soon.
Can't put a cloth on this. What should I work on today?
Nice evening, isn't it?
Dr. Volkov. I should check out the...
Lisa!
What should I work on today? What incredible lab instruments. It's as if I'm looking into the future or reading a Jules Verne book. Let's take a look at the doctor's notes. I'm sure I can figure it out. Perfect. Now I should wait some time to check the results. They should be ready tomorrow, but if I wait longer than that, it may be too late.
Perched upon a rotting barrow, my eyes survey the fallow field, where once the wheat grew tall and narrow, now crops bestow a paltry yield. The bitter wind turns lakes to stillness, no saplings in the frozen earth. The farmer's wife now writhes with illness as embers die upon the hearth. See how in the forest hollow the firewood it gathers moss, while in the tavern, ripe with sorrow, the farmer drinks to his great loss. Now raise a toast to her, my brother, nature shall we never scorn. Though often a tempestuous mother, we may yet see the summer's dawn.
Bravo!
Thank you. Thank you kindly, dear friends.
I presume you are the famous Evgeny Skvortsov?
I don't know how famous I am, but I certainly am him. And whom do I owe the pleasure?
I'm Lisa, the doctor's new recruit. I was looking around and came in here just in time for the poem. Is that something new?
Enchanté, Lisa. The poem is actually from my old book. I'm having a bit of writer's block recently.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's nothing that a nice drink won't cure.
You know, I happen to have read your poetry book recently.
Have you? I am honored. And what did you think?
It was brilliant. Reminded me of early Byron, so passionate and brave.
Thank you. That's quite a compliment. You do know your poetry.
Don't act too surprised, please.
You're right. My apologies. I think such nice sentiment deserves a toast. Would you do a celebratory vodka shot with me?
Vodka isn't really something I drink nowadays.
You know that nobody actually likes vodka, don't you? It's designed to be terrible, to make you feel terrible. That's why it's a perfect companion for your misery. After all, isn't that why people drink in the first place?
What a compelling pitch.
Advertising is what poets are really made for, isn't it?
I don't see why not. Let's share our misery.
To the art of poetry, may it continue to shape minds and move the human spirit.
Hear, hear.
Whew, that went down easy. Say, Lisa, perhaps you've rescued me from my writer's block. I just might have a stroke of inspiration.
Delightful news, although I'm not sure I can take credit for it.
Nonsense. That's what muses always do. Inspire naturally, without even realizing it. Why don't you come back another night? You'll be my first audience and judge.
I'll be looking forward to it.
Well, you know what they say. The break is short between the first and the second shot. I'll go chat with Arben and get some more.
Have fun with your misery, companion.
Oh, we always do.
Too bad I can't eat pastries anymore. At least I can still enjoy the smell.
Hello, young lady. How may I help you? There you go.
Anything particular you're looking for?
This produce looks so fresh. I almost feel like eating solid food again.
What can I do for you?
This must be Anastasia. I should come up and introduce myself. Good sermon today?
More or less the same one as always. But then again, people don't usually go to the church expecting plot twists.
Well, at least it's good enough for someone to come more than once.
I suppose that's true. Forgive me. I don't believe I've seen you around here before. Are you new in town?
I arrived just a couple days ago.
Oh, in that case, let me welcome you to the town. My husband and I are relatively new here ourselves. My name is Anastasia, by the way. I teach at the quaint little music school down the road.
It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Lisa. I work as an apprentice under the doctor. The church choir here sounds remarkable. The tenor in particular is something else.
Doesn't it?
I must admit, I didn't expect to hear something like that in such a small town.
I couldn't agree more. You have quite an ear for music.
You sound surprised. Do I give off such a bad impression?
Oh no, it's just that I rarely meet anyone I have a lot in common with around here. Not anymore, at least.
A music teacher? That must be so rewarding.
It's true. When I see a spark of passion in a student, especially a child, it does make my day 1,000 times brighter. Do you play an instrument yourself?
I used to play fiddle when I was little. Not anymore.
Ah, that's a real shame. But trust me, it's never too late to pick up an instrument again.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm sorry, it's time for me to head home. My husband is waiting. I hope. But perhaps you'd like to keep me company on the way back.
Who would refuse a stroll on such a nice summer evening?
The tenor that you so precisely placed belongs to Father Mikhail. Father Mikhail has a true gift. His voice is unbelievable. I find it very difficult to listen when he speaks, or agree with anything he says. But when he sings, I just can't help myself.
It is frustrating when you can't deny the talent in a person you don't admire.
Isn't that the truth? So, are you planning to come visit the church yourself?
Definitely. I used to love the one back in my hometown. It was much smaller than the one here, but I still remember how huge it seemed when I was younger. I miss it.
Well, that's just lovely. It will be nice to see a friendly face in there. If I'm completely honest with you, I come there mostly to listen to the choir. The lights are off.
Is something wrong?
Nothing really. My husband. I don't think he's home yet. Well, it was such a pleasure to meet you, Lisa. Would you stop by my school when you have a moment? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And who knows, perhaps we can revive some of your old music skills. That never goes away, you know. Not fully.
Of course. I would like nothing more.
Splendid! We are open from Wednesdays to Saturdays.
I'll make sure to drop by. Have a good night, Anastasia.
Good night, Lisa.
The lights are on. Hello there. You're Faina's friend, aren't you? What a pretty cat you are. Maybe I should give you a name. Who do you look like most, huh? How about Pumpkin? You like that, don't you? In that case, pleased to make your acquaintance, Pumpkin. Oh, what a sweetheart. Locked. Let's turn this... Dr. Volkov's vessel. Nothing fancy, of course. Efficient use of space. Makes perfect sense. Good evening. How are you feeling, Faina?
I'm all right, dear, thank you. Just feeling a little weary today.
Oh, glad to hear you're doing better. Sounds like it wasn't anything serious after all.
Thanks for checking in, dear. I don't have that many visitors these days. Thank you for stopping by, dear.
No mail for me this time. Mama? What's wrong, Lisa? Why aren't you asleep? I can't. Would you sing me the lullaby, please? Oh, all right. Let me tuck you back in. Now close your eyes and listen. Hush now, the sun's gone to sleep. Close your eyes, rest now in peace. In the morn you'll awake and the darkness will flee, and the light will await you and me, await you and me. You sing so well, Mommy. Do you think I'll be able to sing like you when I grow up? You can do anything you put your mind to when you grow up. Anything at all. Ooh, really? I hope everyone will like it when I sing too. Of course they will, my sunshine. Now, rest your little eyes. Good night, Mommy. Sweet dreams, my darling.
Lisa. Lisa.
What? What's going on? Why is the window open?
Your soul is mine.
Who is this? Where are you?
Ah! Damn candle.
Hussar? What are you doing here?
I got you, didn't I?
Was this all a prank?
I truly am hilarious, aren't I?
How did you manage to do all this?
Well, I already had your warm invitation, so I helped myself to your room. And then I turned invisible for a hilarious prank.
Turn invisible. We can do that?
Uh-huh. Didn't I tell you?
I think I'd remember it if you did.
Could have sworn I told you. Want to try it now? Just hold your breath and relax. There you go. Where's Lisa? I don't know.
You really can't see me?
I cannot. Otherwise you wouldn't be invisible, would you? Oh, now that I think about it, that could have been another hilarious jape. Lord only knows what you would be up to thinking you're invisible. What a missed opportunity. Ah!
Now that's a funny jape.
That's just immature. Be careful with this ability. You can only stay invisible for so long before your power starts draining. You have to remember to take breaks in between. Now that we've all had our fun, How are things going with the happy couple?
I met Evgeny and got to know him a little.
Charming fellow, huh? I'm sure you two will hit it off. Do you think this is who you will use to get the invitation?
I don't think so, to be honest. Not my type.
Obviously, it doesn't really matter to the Countess who you choose as long as you get that invitation and those documents. On a personal note, though, it may not always be better to pick who you like more.
How so?
When it comes to the hunt, it's those who you get close to that get hurt. Just something to consider.
I haven't thought this far ahead. Thanks for the tip, Hussar.
Just something to consider. Anyhow... I suppose my job here is done.
Job? I'm sorry, do they pay you to play tricks on people?
I never thought about it this way. Maybe my line of work isn't so bad. Good luck with the invitation. I'll be rooting for you. Kind of.
I should remember to pick up Faina's results from the doctor's lab today, otherwise they may expire. What should I work on today? All right, let's take a look at the results. Huh. It appears she could have rheumatic fever. Rather unusual for her age. I should pay her a visit. Good evening. How are you feeling, Faina?
I'm all right, dear, thank you. Just feeling a little weary today.
I actually came to talk with you about the test results.
Oh?
I believe you may have rheumatic fever. It's much more commonly found in children, so this would be a rather rare case.
Well, people always tell me that I am still a child at heart. Perhaps they are more right about it than they think, huh? Is this something I should be concerned about?
If it is what I think it is, with the right treatment, we should be able to fix you in no time. I am glad we caught it at this stage, though. Otherwise, there could have been some rather unpleasant complications. Here is something to help with the inflammation. Take it regularly, and you should feel better soon enough.
Thank you, little dove. What a lucky crone I am to have an angel like you next door.
I don't know if that's quite true.
Don't be shy, dear. You deserve it. Smart as a whip, pretty as a picture. If you stay true to your heart, I can just tell you will go far. This town needs someone like you. Now, more than ever.
Thank you. I'll see what I can do.
That's all one can do anyway, isn't it?
Would you like some help with the plants?
How sweet of you to offer. But I'm all right, dear. Taking care of them brings me joy. That will be my one good deed for the day.
One good deed?
Oh, that's just a silly rule of mine. Every day, no matter how small, I like to do at least one good thing. Helped out a stranger with directions. Great. Baked some cookies for the neighbours. Even better. Feeding the plants will do just fine for today.
That sounds lovely. Maybe I should do the same thing.
Well, off you go, little dove. Don't want to hold you with my ramblings any longer.
Good night, Faina. Feel better soon.
Apologies.
If I ever need to send a letter, I can drop it off here.
Excuse me.
Go away, you.
Hello there.
Have you seen Evgeny tonight?
I'm afraid I have.
Did something happen?
Nothing out of the ordinary, sadly. He got too drunk, and I refused to serve him, so he left.
Oh, do you think he went home?
I'd say chances of that are slim to none.
Does this kind of thing happen often?
It's not getting better, I can tell you that.
Where do you think he went?
I'm willing to bet that he's at that vodka bar on the other side of town. Real nasty place. And I'm not just saying that because they're my competition.
Thank you. I'll take a look there.
Hey, it's none of my business, of course. But I wouldn't drink their Cabernet if I were you. Just a friendly piece of advice.
Understood. Thank you, Arben. That was very helpful.
See you. Hello there. Farewell.
That's one messy path. I'd rather wait for it to be tidied up. The local vodka.
Kirill, you beady-eyed scoundrel, give me back my book.
No need to get personal, Evgeny. It was a fair game.
Like hell it was, you cheat. I need it, don't you get it? My life's work is in it. It is my life.
Then why did you wager it?
Son of a bitch.
But like I already told you, I'm not without heart. I'm willing to play for it again, whenever you're ready.
That scum. My book.
What did you do to him?
Excuse me? I did positively nothing. He got inebriated and wanted to play cards. Who am I to reject a man a simple pleasure?
He's clearly not in the right state of mind to make bets.
He is a grown man and can make his own decisions. Say, if you do want to help him out so much, would you care to play around?
I don't have any money on me.
I've placed a bet already.
Why didn't you tell me that before?
I'm sorry. I didn't think this was my responsibility.
So you would have charged me, just like that. You really are a scoundrel, aren't you? What are we playing?
Why don't we just play 21? You just tell me when to stop, young lady.
Damn it.
Sorry. Seems like I'm keeping the prize. Look on the bright side. Unlucky at cards means lucky in love.
I don't believe this. You are a cheat. Evgeny was right.
Such hurtful words from such a beautiful young woman. But I forgive you.
Are you all right?
Never better. You didn't have to do this, Lisa. Thank you.
That's what friends do.
Friends? Do you consider me a friend?
Didn't I tell you? I'm exclusively friends with people whom I get to walk home drunk.
You will be very popular living in these parts.
Evgeny?
Mm-hmm.
You know, my father likes his drink too. He started when my brother and I were very young.
Is that how you learn to take care of drunk people?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
It must have been hard for you.
I try not to think about it.
I should apologize to Anastasia. She doesn't deserve this.
You know,
Is that...
in a manner...
It must have been hard.
I...
I should apologize.
How often does this happen?
Whenever I can't write.
I see. I remember you mentioned a writer's block. How long has it been?
A while.
I sense it's not a good time to probe further on this. You must be in a lot of pain.
Why do you think that?
My father says that when he drinks, it helps dull the pain.
I feel dull when I'm sober. When I drink, it's to feel something, not the other way around. We're here.
Good. You sound a little better.
I do feel better. Thank you again, Lisa.
You're most welcome.
Would you please come over for tea sometime?
And what would your wife think about that?
Anastasia, I'm sure she'd love to get to know you. Come anytime. If the lights are on, that means we're home.
Thank you for the invitation, Evgeny. I'd like that.
That's great. Now I just need to get my book back.
I can help you with that. I'd love to teach that bastard a lesson.
You are the best. I'd hug you, but I don't want to breathe near you in, my condition.
Let's come up with a plan next time we meet.
Well, I'd better go inside and explain myself to Anastasia. Good night. I can't thank you enough.
Good night, Evgeny. Till next time.
Oh, and, Lisa? I'll make sure you hear that poem. I promise. If it's the last thing I do.
Well, the invitation is received. For better or for worse. Locked.
Shoo! Shoo!
There's something else I must attend to today instead.
What can... Farewell. What would you like? Farewell. What can I get you? Farewell.
Lizaveta.
Dr. Volkov. Let's see. There's something else I must attend to today instead. What should I work on?
Liza.
There's something else I must attend to today instead. Perfect. I'll simply unlatch it from here.
Greetings. Hi there. Evening.
There's something else I must attend to today instead. The lights are off outside. It's too early for Evgeny and Anastasia to sleep. They must be out. People don't always smile for these pictures, but not these two. They must have been happy at the time. People don't always smile. They must... Huh. Although... Glinka, Chopin, Bach. She really does have wonderful taste in music. I'm quite... So that's what... There's last month's news... Peculiar. This must be Evgeny's study. Honestly, it looks exactly how I imagined it. Author's copies of Evgeny's poetry book, Dead Winter. Maybe I should give it a read at some point. These are Evgeny's personal letters. I shouldn't be reading other people's private mail. A lot of thrown-away scribbles. Must be Evgeny's poetry drafts. Seems like he's been working on the same poem for a while, called The Curse. Most of these have barely anything written on them. Seems like he hated every idea he had from the very beginning.
What the hell?
They're back, and...
And how much exactly do you owe them?
I owe what I owe. No need to go into details.
Funny. And I'd say it's prime time we get into them. We are broke, Evgeny. We can't afford these habits any longer.
Thanks to Uncle, we live in a grand house for pennies. We'll get by, Anastasia.
I don't want to get by, Evgeny. I want a normal life with a normal husband. I meant...
That's it. I don't want to hear another word of this.
Have you been drinking again?
No.
Don't lie to me, Evgeny. You're drunk. Every day this week you have been drinking.
I am not drunk. I just had one glass. That's it.
I can't take this circus any longer. I need to get some air.
Where do you think you're going?
I feel so weak all of a sudden. And hungry. This must be the result of some recent creative struggles. A secret panel under the floorboard. Clever. There's an envelope with a City Hall seal. Hold on a second. What's this? 50 coins! Now, that's a lot of money. Maybe they won't even notice. I'm starving. I can't delay this any longer. If I don't eat now, I just know I will die. There he is. His skin looks so beautiful in the moonlight. I can smell his flesh from all the way over here. I need to taste him. I need to feed. I think I know what I need to do. Should I come over? Evgeny?
Lisa? What are you doing here?
This seems to be a bad moment, but I came to talk with you about your book.
The book? Oh, I completely forgot about it. My life's work. Perhaps it's because I despise it. No, despise myself so much in this moment. How insignificant and inconsequential I am. How much harm I cause to the ones who love me.
Is there some way I can help?
Nothing can ease the self-imposed burdens of the mind.
But maybe I can tune them out a little.
How might one do that?
There's this song my mother used to sing sometimes when I was falling asleep. I remember how much it helped me with similar thoughts. Would you like me to sing it for you?
Please.
Hush, love, the sun's gone to sleep. Close your eyes, rest now in peace. In the morn you'll awake and the darkness will flee, and the light will await you and me, await you and me. Evgeny? response. Did I just enchant him? Truthfully, I meant no harm, but I sense my time is running out. I have to use this opportunity. I'm sorry.
Good Lord! Lisa? Is that you? What have you done to my husband?
That's not how this was supposed to go. And the light will...
What are you doing? Is this some sort of ritual? Help! Somebody help! This woman is possessed by the devil!
I'm not a petty man, but I think it's safe to say you owe me one.
Hussar? What are you doing here?
I knew you were going here tonight, and I thought I should stay close in case of, well, something like this. Lo and behold, I heard all the commotion from the garden and swooped in.
Don't you need an invitation to come here?
Only inside the house. Gardens don't count. People have this weird notion that they can own the land itself.
I was trying to use enchantment, but it didn't work.
They must not have liked you enough for you to charm them.
How were you able to do it then? Do you know them well?
Not particularly, but the more experienced you become, the less effort it takes to charm someone. Some of the elders can even do it to complete strangers.
What do I do now?
Relax. First thing you do is hand over what you found in the house. I trust that you have something for me.
Here are the documents Savelli kept in their house.
Excellent. Countess will be very pleased. Looks like someone is moving up in higher society.
I'm delighted to hear it.
The broad will wake up soon. She won't have any memory of what happened in the last few minutes, but she won't feel good about you. I can tell you that much. She will, of course, immediately go to check on Evgeny, who should be back at it in a few days. Needless to say, if I were you, I'd let the doctor handle that one. I'm sure he will just blame it all on snakes as usual.
I should go warn him.
That might be a good idea. Best to be done with this dreary business before sunrise. Oh, and if you ever get so ravenous again, might I suggest hunting rabbits in the forests and fields instead? Might not be the most nutritious nor pleasant of business, since you won't be able to enchant them. However, it'll work as a last resort if you haven't managed to enchant a human under more private circumstances than tonight. I should get going too. Must have been a hell of a week, huh? Hang in there, sister. It gets easier.
Thank you, Hussar.
Good night, Lisa. Not a day without drama.
I should get out of here before it's too late. Time to head home.
Good evening, sweetheart. Good night, little darling.
Evening, Doctor. Are you all right? You don't look so well.
Yes, yes. Would you like some tea?
I wouldn't want to bother you.
Come, come. It's still hot.
All right.
I'd offer you some sushki and candy, but to eat solid food in our condition, you'd need a special pill.
I assume some kind of a digestive enzyme?
Precisely. Sometimes I forget how smart you are. So, how did you enjoy your first week as a parasite?
Excuse me?
Well, by the blush on your face, I assumed you'd fed on your first victim. Have you?
I did. Tonight I fed on my first victim.
Honestly, this is nothing to be ashamed of. It's just what we are. We are forced by nature to survive by leeching on the weak and vulnerable. The sooner you accept it, the better. I learned it the hard way myself.
I suppose you are technically correct, but still.
Not only that, but, unlike all the other parasites of the world, we don't even have the common decency to die. At least they decompose and give back to Earth in a circle of life, but we live forever. We are the ultimate parasite.
Let's say that's true. There isn't all that much you and I can do about it, is there?
That's where you're wrong, Lisa. We can still contribute to this world with our minds. We can still help science. We can do some real good here, Lisa. Trust me. That's why I converted you. This is why you are here. These must be your friends. Go and have some rest. And don't worry. I'll take care of everything.
Thank you, Doctor. Good luck.
It's all going to work itself out.
It's...
Lisa? Lisa, are you all right?
Yes, Father. Sorry, Father. I'm all better now.
Nonsense. Are you ill, dear? Should I fetch a doctor?
No, thank you. It's just... I don't think I want to go tomorrow.
What? Why not?
It's just... I don't know if I'm ready. The competition is so high. The odds of me getting in the academy are practically none. What if I don't know any answers? What if I fail miserably, tarnish both my reputation and the family name?
Lisa, look at me, dear. Lord knows I haven't always been the most compassionate parent to you and your brother. Perhaps I've picked a stick over a carrot more often than I should have, and for that I am sorry.
Dad,
As little consolation as it is, I know at least you can trust my words when I say this. With the exception of some occasional disciplinary warnings, you've been a truly remarkable student. You've brought home nothing but perfect marks. You know your history more than well enough to not repeat its mistakes. You have true passion, and every time you sing, I must admit I can't help but shed a tear. I've never seen a more dedicated and talented young person than you. You've dreamt about being a doctor as early as when you started performing operations on your dolls. If someone can pass this exam and get in, it's you. If anyone deserves to be there, it's you. That's all I have to say.
Do you really believe that?
Give me a minute. Where the hell did I put it?
Dad, what are you looking for?
Aha! There it is. There. This is something I was going to give you when you got your notice of acceptance.
Dad, it's so beautiful. It must have cost a fortune. But what if I don't get in? I can't accept this.
I always knew that you'd pass with flying colors. That's why I bought it early. I wanted to give it to you as a reminder of us when you move to the capital to study. But perhaps you need it more tomorrow. This way, you will always have your family to support you. We'll be there tomorrow with you as well, no matter what happens.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. Something's not right. Hussar? This wasn't even funny the first time. What is this? What are you? How are you doing that?
The time is nigh. The dead's adieu.
What are you talking about? Ah!
Kupala's night we will meet again. What you owe will be returned.
Was that real?
Lisa? Is everything all right? I thought I heard something.
Everything is fine, Doctor.
May I come in?
Please.
What happened?
A strange shadow appeared out of nowhere. It spoke of a debt and Kupala night. Does any of this make sense to you?
It's true that Kupala's night is coming soon. All kinds of unholy things crawl out from their dens around then. I am hardly an expert on the supernatural, which is ironic in my current state. Science always made more sense to me than all that. Which actually brings me to my point. I would advise to find a book on the subject and learn more before Kupala night comes.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll keep that in mind.
I heard that Roman in the bookshop just received some new papers on hematology from Germany. I believe they should be able to push me over the fence. I'd get them myself, but I'm so swamped lately I could barely make it to your room.
Certainly. I'll pick them up for you.
Much obliged. Here, that should be enough to buy them. Well, I'd better get back to it. Let me know when you get the materials back from the bookshop.
Will do. Doctor? Dr. Volkov?
How may I assist you?
Never mind, Doctor.
Hello, little dove. Stop by any time, sweetheart.
Apologies. Oh, is that you, Trophime? I didn't expect to find anyone out here at this hour.
My lady, you scared me. I thought a Rusalka had finally come for her pound of flesh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
That's all right. It's just my old mind being foolish.
Is that your boat out there?
Aye. I decided to bring it out here for good. Thought better for the townfolk to use when I'm not around than for it to gather dust inside my hut.
That's very kind of you. Are there even fish out at this hour?
Of course. Some critters only come out when it's dark, as you, and others when it rains. I don't know why. I just know they taste good grilled and smoked.
You seem to know quite a bit about this hobby.
As I should. It was my papa that taught me everything I know. And I've worked out the best ways to catch fish and how to make bait. I try to go out on the lake as often as my body lets me, which is getting less often as time goes on.
The Countess keeps you busy?
No more than her other servants. I have a good life, really. Better than most.
You can be honest with me, Trophime.
I'm alright, really. Thank you. But if I may ask you, why are you here? This isn't the sort of place I'd expect someone like you to visit.
Just exploring the area. Still trying to get used to my new home.
That makes sense. There is some beauty to be found in this town of ours.
You mentioned Rusalkas earlier. Do you really think they inhabit this lake?
I do. In fact, I know it to be true. I've seen...
And yet you live to tell me?
I know more about monsters than you might think. I knew the tricks it was trying to play on me and how to fight them. In the end, I was able to ignore its call and row my boat back to the shore. I've often thought that it'd be the Rusalka that gets me. If I'm not turned by the Countess anyway. It's almost like she's waiting for her chance again, for me to let my guard down. But I haven't yet. Old Trofim is not like a fish, to be caught by a simple lure.
I do admire your courage.
It's not courage. I just refuse to give up my only source of joy in this damned world. Now, if you don't mind, I must head out before it gets much later. If I don't, I'll miss my chance to earn myself some fine trophies.
Then don't let me keep you. Go and get your fish.
Thank you. It's been good speaking with you. Should you want to talk more, my cabin's at the edge of the forest near the manor. You're welcome to stop by after I finish my daily duties for the Countess.
Thank you, Trofim. I'll see if my schedule allows it. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. How did it become so dark so quickly? These woods grow thick in an instant. Even as a vampire, I wouldn't risk straying far from the path here. Pumpkin! What are you doing here? So fluffy. What? Fascinating. If I try to make myself fly across the lake, I simply can't. I think this might be another vampiric restriction. Looks like if I want to cross a body of water, I have to do it like any other human.
Greetings.
Welcome to the Book Emporium, Madame. My name is Roman. If you have any questions at all, I'm right here at your service.
The faux birds in the cages are so lifelike. Odd choice for a bookstore, but strangely mesmerizing. The faux birds in the cages... All the knickknacks around here sure give this place some color.
This doesn't make a lick of sense. Damn those ancient Slavs and their runes.
Elisa?
Oh, it's you again. What are you doing here?
I'm just running an errand for Dr. Volkov. But whatever you are doing seems far more interesting. What is all that?
It's just a passion project of mine.
Well, whatever it is, good luck with it. I hope it works out.
Thank you.
I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks.
Good evening. What a delight to welcome a new customer into the shop.
The novelty might wear off quickly. Your shop is so neat and lovely. I feel like I'll be around here all the time.
That's music to my ears. May I ask what your name is?
Lisa Morozova.
How may I help you today, Lisa?
May I see what you have in stock?
Certainly. Thank you for your patronage. Hello, mademoiselle.
I'm looking for... I'm actually an apprentice to Dr. Volkov. He sent me over hoping you might have some fresh medical papers.
Of course. Dr. Schultz's new work on hematology, isn't it? Groundbreaking work.
That's right. I didn't realize you were well-versed in medicine.
I'm really not. I just have a habit of skimming through everything I sell in the store. Anyway, I actually already stashed the book for Pavel. I just knew he'd come a-knocking any time now. Just head into the back room. It should be right by the door.
What a nice gesture. I'm sure the doctor will appreciate it.
The pleasure is all mine. Always a pleasure.
So this is where Roman lives. It's a bit of a mess, but somehow it feels very cozy in here. This room must serve as both bedroom and storage room. I sense Roman's not very good at separating his work and personal life. Findings on Hematology by Dr. Schultz. Brilliant! That's what I was looking for. The world map. Roman must be interested in exploring. I wonder how difficult it is to travel as a vampire. One would have to be shipped in their own coffin, wouldn't they?
Did you find the book all right?
I did. Thank you again for keeping it for us. Dr. Volkov will be delighted.
Please send him my regards.
We had a samovar just like this in my old home. How I miss having evening tea with Kolya. The garden outside is gorgeous. I'd never leave it if I lived here.
Anything particular you're looking for? Another happy customer.
The community board. Let's see. Politics, local events, lifestyle columns. Quite a lot of missing people listings. Interesting. I don't think this clock is working, but it doesn't seem like anybody here cares.
Lisa, good to speak with you. Have you been well?
I'm very well, thank you.
I'm so glad to hear it, my dear, especially after such a rough start. Would you like to share more over a drink? On the house, of course.
By drink, do you mean?
Up to you. I do pride myself on my Cabernet, but we have plenty of other options.
Cabernet then, please.
Of course. One moment. Anything in particular you'd like to toast to?
To friendship.
Indeed. To friendship. Now then, have you been settling in well? Is the doctor treating you properly?
Indeed, he is.
Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. Siring comes with such responsibility. I worry sometimes people forget that. And with your entrance at the party, still, if you ever need advice or a sympathetic ear, you can always come to me.
Thank you. I will.
Oh, another customer. Quite busy in the salon today. Not that I'm complaining. Apologies, Lisa. Best for us to have a proper chat another night when it's a little quieter. Is that all right?
Of course. I understand. I'll see you around. Arbin's clearly a worldly woman. I wonder what brings her to this town. I'll have to ask her next time. It's too dark. I don't want to stumble on a branch and break my neck. Pumpkin, what are you doing here? Are you hungry? I brought you something tasty. Here you go. Good, huh? The smell is enchanting.
Oh!
Dr. Volkov?
How may I assist you?
I brought the hematology research you asked for from the bookstore.
Ah, splendid. Thank you, Lisaveta. This will save me days of work. How is old Roman doing?
He seems well. Quite an amusing fellow.
Indeed. Don't know how I would ever get by without his foreign literature section. Was there anything else, my dear?
That's all, Doctor.
Very well.
Too bad I can't... I wonder if... The pastry isn't fresh anymore. Better get rid of it.